So in the beginning of the story, we see Janet, who was drinking wine in a party, during which her eyes meet with Tom's. Then both of them start making eye contact with each other, after which both of them go to the washroom and kiss each other, and romance starts between them. Then, after some time, a boy named Arthur comes there who had to go to the washroom, but both of them were not coming out. Then Arthur comes back to the party where he tells his colleagues, Karen and Val, that I had to go to the washroom, but someone is inside and they are not coming out for a long time. On which Karen and Val say that it must be Tom and Janet. This is their habit. They do this every time. Hearing this, Arthur asks whether both of them are newly married. Then they tell that no, they are married for 14 years. Hearing this, Arthur feels strange that how can there be so much romance between them, even after so many years of marriage? Maybe Tom and Janet arrive there, and Karen introduces Arthur to them and says, Arthur and I work together. After this, Tom and Janet say bye to everyone in the middle of the party and leave. But then we see that as soon as they reach home, they start for round 2 again and become very happy after being close to each other. Now, you might be thinking that how can there be so much romance between them even after so many years of marriage? But let us tell you that the real mystery of the story is about this thing which we will get to know later. Then in the next scene, Janet is seeing a dream in which she was walking alone in the forest, and when she goes ahead, she sees some red chairs, and then her eyes open. After this, she gets up and starts getting ready to go to the office. Then Karen sends her a message and asks her to come for dinner at night, after which she goes to the office. And after finishing her office work, when she comes back home in the evening, she sees that Tom had done all the housework. Now Janet was very tired, so Tom takes her to the room to relieve her tiredness. And then during the conversation, both of them start romancing. After this, they remember that today they had to go for dinner, so they quickly get ready and reach there. Now, after reaching there, everyone orders dinner. Then Karen and Val give them an envelope of money, because earlier everyone had made a plan that everyone will book a resort and go there on the weekend. But Val and Karen tell them that there are very less rooms for couples trip, and besides, this one more couple has also been added. So we are returning the money, on which Tom and Janet say that we will adjust on the sofa. Also, but Val and Karen tell them that we will adjust on the sofa also. Reality telling them that the fact is that all the other couples hate you both, and we also cannot understand that how there is so much love between you two, even after so many years of marriage. You both start talking anywhere and there is no quarrel between you two. And now, even at dinner time, you are immersed in each other. That is why no one wants you guys to come with us on weekends. After this, Tom says that we both just love each other and we are not only husband and wife, but also good friends of each other. After saying this, both of them leave from there. Now, on the same night, Janet, again, sees the same dream in which there are red chairs. After this, she wakes up and was getting ready and leaving for office when a man comes in front of the house and tells his name as Goodman. He says that I work in this city and I have to talk to both of you about something important. After this, he goes inside and talks. They sit down to solve the problem, where the good man says that couples like you are very rare, and I have come here to solve this problem. Actually, it has been so many years since you have been married. Still, there is no fight between you two. After fighting, you both forgive each other every time, and you also get physical 2 to 3 times a day. So much love between each other is not normal, and I have come here to solve this problem. During this time, the man was also telling some such things about them which no one else knew except these two. Tom and Janet get completely shocked and ask the Goodman, "What do you want?" After which he takes out a briefcase in which there were 2 injections. He says that both of you should take these injections. This is a vaccine, and after taking this, both of you will become like a normal couple. He also gives them a blank check for this and says that you have to do this work, you can write any amount you want for this, my connections are very high, and you have no other option except taking this injection. Then the lights of their house also start blinking, and Tom suddenly starts feeling strange due to all this, and he goes to drink water. But in the meantime, Janet gets very angry and she hits Goodman with something. Then Tom hears the sound and goes there and sees that Janet has killed that Goodman, but understanding the situation tells Janet that it is not your fault. After this, both of them start searching on their laptops about how to dispose of the dead body, and then they feel that they can be caught through the search history. so they immediately shut down the laptop and destroy it. After that, they go to the library and search for it so that they don't get caught. Then they decide where they should bury the body. Then they take the body to a cemetery and start digging a pit. But at that time, Janet starts feeling guilty that she has killed a man. On this, Tom supports her and says that it is not your fault. It was just a self-defense and you don't need to panic. After that, they bury the body and leave from there. Now, after coming home, both of them start talking about all these things. Who was this man and how did he know so much? They were getting very upset with all these things. Then they get a call from Janet. After receiving the call, Janet starts talking. Karen says sorry to them for last night and invites them again to a mansion for a couple's trip. Now, all of them are together to get rid of the tension. They accept the invitation and leave for the mansion the next day and take the briefcase that Goodman had brought with him. Now, while going on the way, Tom tells Janet that maybe this could be a prank. Karen or our friends might have done all this, and maybe the person we hit was an actor, and maybe everyone was doing all this to make fun of us. First, the weekend plan was canceled, but we were called again. Thinking all of this, both of them start getting worried and decide that if this is actually a prank, then both of them will have to behave normally in front of everyone as if nothing has happened. After this, they reach the mansion where only couples come on weekends, but as soon as they reach there, they see that a car is already parked there, due to which they feel that someone has come here before them, after which a girl named Patricia welcomes them, who had made all the arrangements, and her husband was also present there. And that is how Jesse's communications with her were going to progress, through pictures, links, and texts. Then she starts showing them the whole mansion, which was very big, and it had many rooms and theaters. And there was also a room in which there were many guns, from pistols to snipers. But Patricia tells them that these guns have been kept to make the mansion look great. Then both of them talk to Patricia, and feel that maybe Patricia would not be involved in this prank because she looked completely normal. Patricia's husband, Donald, was enjoying himself in the swimming pool listening to music. Then Janet tells Tom to go and talk to Donald and find out whether this is actually a prank or is he also involved in it. Meanwhile, two girls named Maud and Carla come there. Both of them are in a relationship with each other. Then Patricia welcomes them too in the mansion. After this, we see that Tom goes to the swimming pool and tries to talk to Donald, but Donald does not like Tom at all. And because of this, he ignores him. Tom also does not like Donald's behavior, and he understands that Donald will not evolve in this. Then Tom comes to the room and talks to Janet while taking a shower in the bathroom. He says that Donald and Patricia have not evolved in this. Now, we have to be careful and keep everything normal. Now, while talking, Janet comes to Tom and says that it has been 2-3 hours since we both have come here. Still, we both have not come close to each other, after which they start in the bathroom itself. Now at night, Karen and Val come to the mansion and there is another couple with them, Gretel and Richard. Patish welcomes all of them, after which Val tells Patricia that there is something special in the trunk of the car, which will shock you. You go and bring it inside. Then Patish nervously goes to the car, and after opening the trunk, she sees that there are many pizza boxes here. Then they all sit together and start having dinner. While talking, Patricia says about Val that when Val was in college, he used to play a lot of pranks. Once he sent a girl to my room pretending to be an FBI agent, and I was very scared. After listening to them, Tom and Janet start suspecting Val that maybe Val is doing all this. Val says that I used to do all these things a long time ago. Now I have stopped doing all this. After this, Tom and Janet go to a room and discuss, where Janet says that you go and talk to Karen and try to bring out the truth. Then Tom tells Karen that she is doing all this. He goes near her and starts talking while smoking a cigarette, but from their conversation we come to know that earlier Karen and Tom used to date each other. Karen says to Tom that, "You are always with Janet. Don't you find her boring? Whatever you do with her, you can do that with me too." Saying this, Karen tries to come close to her, but Tom says that, "I agree that we both used to date each other, but now I love Janet and don't want to cheat her." Hearing this, Karen leaves from there. After this, the party starts and everyone starts drinking and everyone starts enjoying this time very much. Now all the people had drunk so much that all their bottles were finished. Patricia says that no one is in a condition to drive, but everyone still needs a drink. Janet says that I have not drunk, so I can go to the market and get the bottles. After this, when she was leaving, Gretel also comes with her. After reaching the market, when both of them were exchanging drinks, Janet sees Goodman there, and the very next moment, he disappears. Seeing this, Janet gets very scared and starts looking for Goodman in the shop, but she does not find him anywhere. She gets very confused and calls Tom. Tom says that maybe it is your illusion. You should not take too much stress. You have probably seen someone else. Now, while talking on the call, as soon as Janet comes out, she sees Goodman in a car, who stops the car in front of her and leaves from there after saying bye to her. Now, Janet gets very scared after seeing this, and she is now completely convinced that the good man is still alive, and she tells everything to Tom. Tom was also not able to understand what to do, so he makes an excuse to Karen and takes the keys to the gun room and steals a gun from there. After this, when Janet returns, both of them talk to each other and show Goodman's briefcase to everyone and ask everyone whether any of you knows about this briefcase. Then everyone says that they do not know anything, after which Tom and Janet tell everyone the truth about Goodman and this briefcase, on which everyone says that both of you should have told all this earlier. What were you doing till now? After this, Tom says, is any of you a scientist from whom we can find out what is in these injections? Then Karen remembers that Arthur, who works with her, he is a scientist, after which Karen calls Arthur and tells him to bring his microscope and come there. After this, she tells everyone that Arthur will come by tomorrow morning, so now we all should go and sleep. But Donald says that if that good man comes here after we sleep, then Patricia tells everyone that the mansion is completely safe because there are motion sensors all around, so that no one can come here without our knowledge. After this, everyone goes to sleep, but still everyone was scared that something might happen at night. Right around this same time, Button writes McClellan, then, after everyone falls asleep, Tom suddenly wakes up and goes to the bathroom. And when he looks at his waist, he feels that someone has injected him. Then he comes and takes out the briefcase, and when he goes down to the hall and checks, he sees that one syringe is empty, due to which he gets very worried. Then Karen comes there, and she comes to Tom and starts seducing him, due to which Tom is not able to control himself. Janet suddenly wakes up, and because of the cameras installed all around the house, she sees both of them on the screen installed in Janet's room, and she feels very bad after seeing this, and her heart breaks. After this, when Tom comes back to the room, Janet does not say anything to him and goes to sleep. Then the next day, Tom feels very bad because he has cheated on Janet, and when he comes to the living room, he sees the picture of the good man, which was not there yesterday. After which, he goes straight to Patricia and asks her, how did you find this house? Patricia first says that she searched it on the internet, but on Donald's insistence, Patricia tells the truth, and she says that a few weeks ago, my husband, Donald, lost his job, and we needed a cheap house to live in. During this time, my husband bought a house. A man working in the office came to me and said that I have a cheap house. After this, Donald and I started living here, and this weekend, I invited you guys here so that I can earn some money. After which, Janet shows Goodman's photo to her and asks if this was the same man. Then Patricia says yes. Tom and Janet tell everyone that all this is Goodman's trick. He can watch us through the camera. We should leave from here as soon as possible. After this, everyone quickly comes out from there, and when they start taking out the car, then they see that the gate is completely closed. This gate was an automatic lock system, due to which everyone starts getting worried. After this, when Donald touches the gate to open it, then he feels a very strong shock and he falls down right there, due to which they understand that the entire compound of the house has been given a shock system, due to which everyone gets very worried that now they will be able to go to jail. How will they get out? Then Tom takes out his gun in anger, but it is of no use because who will he shoot at here? Suddenly, everyone's mobile starts ringing, and when they check it, it was written that go back inside, everything will be over soon. It means that all their mobiles were hacked. Now there was no other way except to go inside. And as soon as Janet starts going inside, she finds red-colored chairs like she had seen many times in her dreams. After this, one by one, everyone sits there and we're thinking, what will happen now? Then they hear a voice in which it is said that you people tell your secrets to each other. After this, you will be free from here. Then first of all, Janet says that yesterday Karen was physical with my husband. Tom says that Karen gave me that injection in my sleep, and because of this, all this happened. But Karen says that I did give injection to Tom, but before that, I threw those chemicals from the injection. It was just empty. so that Tom gets confused after seeing this. Janet feels very bad after hearing this. Tom also feels very embarrassed and says that I could not control myself. Now, Val tells the secret to Karen that I knew that you were cheating on me, but I did not expect such a betrayal, on which Karen says that you should not say anything. You have been having an affair with your assistant for 10 years. I do not know what you think, and your biggest secret is that you are gay, and your assistant is also a boy. Then Karen asks everyone that who among you knew that Val is gay. Then everyone raises their hands. After this, Patsa also confesses that she called Tom and Janet here only for money. Then Gretel says about her husband that he tortures me a lot. Until date, not a single day has passed that he has not beaten me. Now in this way, everyone tells their truth to their partners, after which Tom stands up and tells Goodman that you have heard what you wanted to hear. You wanted that after leaving from here, we should not be left with anything to live for, so that we can spend beautiful moments with our life partners by joining our heart. Your work is done. Now let us go from here. After this, Goodman says that you can go from here. Actually, Goodman wanted to create a fight between them only. Janet and Tom were living together for 14 years, but there was no fight between them, which is very rare, and Goodman works to normalize such things. And according to this story, Goodman actually belongs to some supernatural power, due to which, even after dying, he came back alive in front of them, and no one could kill him. Now, finally, after his work is done, he lets everyone go, but after everyone left, only Tom and Janet were left. Then they were left behind. Good comes and stands in front of him, after which Janet abuses Goodman a lot and says that, we don't know whether you are an angel or a devil or something else, but you are a mean person, on which Goodman says that, if you want, you can cash out that check. Tom tears that check in front of her, and then Tom and Janet leave from there. Now at the end of the story, we see then that when they start going home, Tom was so ashamed of his act that he was not even able to talk to Janet. Both were going silently, but during this, Janet starts remembering the beautiful moments spent with Tom, and finally, she forgives Tom. Then they stop the car at a place and both of them start kissing, and romance starts between them inside the car itself, and with this scene, this story ends here. So thank you very much, friends, for watching the video. If you want to see more such videos, then click on this video here. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.